I'm back. Happy Monday. And I took the full weekend off, Saturday, Sunday. I wasn't really planning on it. I was going to ride Sunday, but I don't know. I just didn't really get around to it. The weather is bad and it's going to be raining for the next couple days. I might get a ride tomorrow, but I mean, 2 days off in a row. I mean, as long as I'm hitting my hours or like close to it, I think 2 days off rest is actually pretty dang good. But today I'm going to do another low cadence ride that I did like a week or two ago to just kind of get that activation going. I think that's what it's called, activation. But I'm also going to talk about and plan my XC bike. Now I got some bars. I've been harvesting some parts for the XC bike. You know, got these cranks. Let's see, can I get the brightness on them? Cranks with a power meter. So we'll talk about that and lots of other things. I don't really know how to set up an XC bike, and a lot of you guys seem to, have experience with XC bike and training and stuff like that. So I'm really curious about your guys' opinions. Because XC bikes are a bit different. The reach is a lot shorter. You rock a longer stem. Body positioning is way different. So, but it's so weird. So I posted that like 30-day update and got some good feedback and everything. That's great. I gained 5 pounds during the whole process. But I've definitely noticed a shift in the last 2 weeks, I'd say. Now, when I started, I was like talking a lot about adaptation and getting your body used to like daily activity. Well, and I was eating a lot of carbs. So I'm not doing any like fad diets or even like macro counting. I'm just listening to my body. So in the beginning, like I was eating a lot of carbs, like because I felt like I was gonna die unless I like ate some carbs. And that's just because my body was adapting. I didn't have those glycogen stores. Like I was like, I know, carbs. I wasn't gaining body fat. I mean, if you saw the last video, the body fat has stayed the same. So it was just my body like going, oh shit, we need glycogen in the muscles, dude. Because I probably didn't have much in the muscles before. My body was just kind of in like survival sedentary mode, So now I'm definitely eating less carbs. And I haven't had a carb drink for riding in like forever. When's the last time I had a carb drink? I don't even know. Before it started snowing, and that was like a week and a half ago. So I haven't had a carb drink in forever. And I stopped doing carb drinks for the trainer rides because trainer ride, an hour and a half. So I don't know. I haven't been doing a lot of carbing up, so probably less calories, and maybe now the weight will kind of gradually come off. But I am still, like, even after those 2 days rest, I am a little bit sore, and at the sake of sounding like a crybaby or whatever, like, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just a little sore, kind of all over. So I'm gonna hop on this trainer, do a little bit of time, and then we'll get talking about the XC build. Okay, so let's talk XC bike. So I don't know, 2 weeks ago or whatever, maybe more, I'm sure I showed you the Polygon Sync line. So for the XC, I don't even want to call it a race season because I don't know like what XC races there are around here. But to build up an XC bike, the XC bikes these days, I mean, the meme is going around with a Scott Spark or whatever. It's like $15,000. It's so ridiculous. So I'm starting off with a XC hardtail. XC hardtail because, I mean, I ride a hardtail all the time. And if I'm riding XC stuff, which is even smoother than the chunk that I ride on a hardtail, it's like it's gonna ride a hardtail. Less things to maintain anyway. Easier to route the cables and all that. So I'm gonna use my bird wheels, and what I'll do in this video, I'll do a little bit more editing. I'll put some B-roll over the top, meaning like footage of the parts. So I'm going to use my carbon hoops with bird spokes and Onyx hubs. They are not like super light XC race wheels. I think, what was it with the, I don't think I weighed just the wheel set, but with the tires, no, did I weigh it with the tires? No, I think they were like 1,600 grams with Cushcore, and I will be keeping Cushcore just because I like it. I like to protect my rims. So yeah, it's like 1,600 gram wheel set, which isn't crazy. And then I want your advice on this. So I have the Specialized ground control tires, and I really like those tires. I think they're light enough to be like an XC tire. I think they're like 700 grams, 800 grams for the rear. The rear is a little bit stiffer. And I really like Specialized tires. Now I've used a Mezcal in the past. I've used a Barzo in the past. The funny enough thing is Vittoria Barzo is like the same thing as a Specialized ground control. It looks almost identical. And the Maxxis Ardent looks super similar too. So, I mean, I'm open to switching tires for the course that I'll be riding on. But for the ground controls, I mean, they work super well on hard pack and a little bit of loose over hard. But I just assume most XC courses during, the early springtime will be hard pack. So, I mean, I gotta run those wheels. So the whole thing with this XC build is I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money. So I have a lot of parts on hand. So for the fork, I'm gonna be running a Fox 34 step cast, which I bought a few years ago. It's like one of the lightest XC forks on the market. It's like less than 1,500 grams or something crazy. So that's a given. Now, just today, I picked up these Envy bars. Now these are the M6. So I guess they're the trail bar. They're not the M5, which is the XC bar. But I just mainly got these because I want to try out Envy bars at least. I mean, these are 190 retail. I bought them for 75 used. So I'm pretty pumped on that. I'm gonna cut them down even more. They're 760 right now. I'm gonna cut them down to like 740, maybe even 720. And I think I'm gonna wet sand off these logos, because I mean, why run a logo if you're not getting it for free or getting paid by them? So there's that. And let me know if you guys have any experience with these two things. So I got the ESI chunky grips. I've used those in the past, and I liked them, but then I had to like remove a lever, and it wasn't a like a pull off. It was a slip off, and you can't take those grips on and off. You just can't. You put them on, they basically just get glued to your bar. So I only got to use them for like 2 weeks. So yeah, chunky grips, Envy bars, Fox 34 step cast, and bird wheels. That should be a pretty compliant, feeling bike on the hands. But then I got something called an inner bar end. So you got your flat bar here, but then the inner bar ends are these little things that stick up right here. SQ Labs makes them, but there's some cheaper versions. And let me know if you guys have tried these before. So it basically just gives you another hand position when you're just like grinding out a double track or gravel road. Basically like these drop bars, you have like a million different hand positions all over. So yeah, the inner bar ends, they're a little expensive. I wouldn't mind trying out the cheapy kind. So if you've used them in the past, let me know. Maybe I'm making a mistake and they're just stupid, or like a safety hazard of like getting impaled by them or something. So yeah, inner bar ends. Should I run them? Should I not? Oh, I got one of these activation sprints coming up. Last one was too easy. Let's see. All right. I think these are supposed to be done standing. For like a sprint, I can do way more than this. I'll lower it back down. It was like a chill zone 1 in between. So the big thing about the Polygon sink line, there's no dropper post. And there's also no routing for a dropper post. So at first I thought, okay, I'm gonna use, it's a 27.2. I was like, I'm gonna use this dropper off the bend. So I got a reverb remote for it because these are linked to the, these. So I got a reverb remote, mountain bike one. And I put it on the sink line. And this dropper is only 75 mil of travel. So to get my seat high enough and then lowering it all the way down with only 75 mil, it was still super high. So my wife's bike has a P&W 27.2 dropper with 125 mil of travel. And get this, it's actually lighter than this reverb. So it has more travel and it's lighter just because this has all the electronics and crap. So stupid. So yeah, I'm gonna have to drill out some water bottle rivets to make it happen. Because it has 2 water bottle mounts right here and the seat post on the sink line. So I'm going to have to drill one of those out. Hopefully it can go all the way down. But so I'm going to have to drill out the frame for the cable routing for the dropper and the rivet, or they call it riv nut. But I don't know. Let me know if you've done no dropper on the XC bike before. But I want to basically make that my main bike. So I want to do some jumps on it, for fun. I want to not feel like up high on some rock gardens. What the hell? Come on. Because with rock gardens, like you just want to get low basically. When your seat is super high, you can't get low like you want. So and the last thing I want to ask you about is stem length. Now the stem that came on the sink line is a 60 mil, and I feel like with XC bikes you basically have so much more of a front bias. It's almost like you're setting it up like a road bike. So have you guys ran like a 70 mil stem before? Because I ordered one. I want to try it out because I think that 60 might be, for a pedaling position wise, it might be a little too short. Like if I can just be a little bit more stretched out on that bike, I think that'll be a huge win. Because like you can set your bike up for jumping or tech or whatever, but for the most part, you're going to be spending it in the saddle and pedaling, uphill usually, or on flat ground. Downhill is such a small percentage of your riding, no matter what kind of riding that you're doing, unless you're shuttling or doing lifts or something. So yeah, inner bar ends. Have you used chunky grips before? Oh, another one. I got these cranks. They're not technically XC cranks, but they got the power meter on them. But there's a 30 tooth chainring on here. How big of a chainring should I run? I mean, I'm seeing Nino Schurter I'm seeing him run 40 tooth, I think. So I'm thinking about getting a 34. But yeah, I think a 30 tooth is a little bit too small, especially on an XC bike that's gonna have a 52 in the back and it's gonna weigh like 25 pounds. So, but yeah, let me know your opinion. I'm gonna wrap up this session here and pause this. And I'll see you when I get done. Well, that was a pretty good workout. And, you know, I talked about it a little bit. I was kind of fighting a little bit of burnout over, I don't know, I've been at this like 7 weeks now, basically. And if you look at my Zwift, it is trending upward, but it's like every 3 weeks it shoots up and then it goes down, 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 and then it does the same thing over and over again. So it's like up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. But the trend is upward, so that's good. So, but I kind of pushed through the burnout like I was talking about, and I feel good. That was a really good session right there. And it's getting to the point where it just like the riding is just something I do in the day. It's not like this big thing that I had to think about. And I was really good that I was on break from the main channel, basically on vacation, you know, although I've made, what's this, 21 videos now. So, I mean, it was really good because that really took a lot of effort to adapt to this whole training thing, where it was just like my main thing for that day. Was just eat and get ready to train. And now I can basically live a whole day and then just hop on my bike and ride. And tomorrow, it does look like it's going to be a wet trail kind of day, but it looks like I can ride. We were supposed to get like 5-6 days of rain all day, all night long, but looks like it's gonna stop for tomorrow, so we'll have to check. So another thing that I was thinking about is I have this XC seat, a Selle Italia, and it's a really nice seat, super light. I think it has titanium rails and everything. I think it's like 125 grams. And it's not that comfortable, but I was thinking about running it on the XC bike, but I have this seat right here, which fits my sit bones really well, but it's not gonna be that light. So, I don't know, is it worth it, an extra 100 grams to get a comfy seat? You know, this one is really narrow too, so, you know, it can pass through your thighs and stuff while the seat is kind of high. And XC seats, even if you have a long dropper, you're never going to be able to slam the thing. So you got to kind of get used to riding with your seat up a little bit. So yeah, comfy seat or save 100 grams and go for the uncomfy seat. Now, I usually ride with no chamois, but I can run a chamois and run this one and be fine. So, but yeah, let me know. Let me know. That build is not going to happen. I'm still missing a few parts that'll come in the mail, I think, Thursday. So a couple more days, and then I can build out my XC bike, which I'm really happy for. I actually took apart the snow bike, so that thing's gone. And then the enduro bike, that thing's back to stock. So the only bike that I have, the two bikes that I have that are complete, ready to go right now, are the e-bike and this gravel bike. I could put together my aggressive hardtail hanging up over there. I just got to put on the wheels. But it's kind of funny. I'm down to like just two bikes that are actually together right now. So, but yeah, I just weighed myself. I'm at 191. And I know I talked about like, oh, I gained 5 pounds. But the day that I weighed myself, Christmas Day, I was kind of like dehydrated. And yeah, I don't think I really gained 5 pounds. I think I started this at like 188 basically. So I'm up 3 pounds, we'll say, which is no big deal, but I'm hoping now that I've not needed as many carbs, I hope to, you know, lighten up a little bit. So maybe this is going to be a cool month of February coming up. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.